Bonjour.
Buongiorno.
And welcome to episode 8
Yep.
of Hi June Podcast.
Hi, June.
Hi June. A podcast. Hi June. You know what the fuck you're watching. This is episode 8. We talk about, we're back from Europe.
Euro recap.
Euro recap. So, yeah, buckle up because there's some riveting shit in there.
Yeah, riveting.
Be sure to follow at Hi June Pod on
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube.
Subscribe.
Leave a
Like,
review.
comment, leave a review. Just do whatever you can
I
because
don't even care at this point.
we just need some help. I think it's.
we just need some help.
I don't mean to sound all desperate, but I think we're doing pretty good. I'm having a good time. Anything we can do to pump her up a little bit, I'm down.
Give her that pump.
Give her that pump. So yeah, do all that, and enjoy this one. Right, that's it, right?
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Okay. Are
Here
we
we go.
wrecked?
Clear and gunk
Are
already.
we wrecked up? Ew, not gunk.
Are we what?
Are we wrecked up?
Yes, we're wrecked up.
Hi.
We're back, huh?
Look at Austin's socks.
Look at my socks.
They have Evie on them.
They're EB root. Little Eevees on them.
Welcome back to America.
Welcome back to America. Said to us.
Yes.
Um,
Today's episode, we are in our cozies.
because we are still coming down from not being in America, which we will get into, which is essentially the vibe of today's episode. But today, you're not getting adult drinking beer or other adult beverage adults. You're getting cozy clothes, socks, no hat, Capri Sun, Gatorade.
Wet hair. I
Wet.
ate a Cheeto sandwich for lunch.
Yeah.
We're not. We're children.
Yeah, we're children today. What today we've literally sat on the couch all day.
No, we went to the grocery store.
We did go to the grocery
We
store.
had-
We got up and went to the grocery store unnaturally early for us. We went at like 7:30.
But we didn't have any food, and all of our food was expired.
It's crazy how it went from like going to the grocery store and being really productive early on a Sunday, which is so rare for us, especially me. Like I'll be sleeping. Back home by 8:30, grocery store, straight to the couch.
Where we both took a nap, like an hour and a half nap.
Both took a nap. Yeah, for like a total of an hour and a half. All the way up until about an hour ago when we both were like, we need to do a podcast. So
We still have to do stuff.
we rolled off the couch, went to Walmart. I was going to try to do a funny bit in honor of today's Europe recap.
Yeah.
And Walmart failed us. So no beret.
No beret. We do have a baguette,
We do have a baguette.
but it's not in here.
I was going to wear a striped shirt and like wear a beret and like have cigarettes. I didn't even tell you this, but I was going to try to find like a little saucer with a like espresso cup
Oh, yeah.
and drink. And whatever I was going to drink, I was going to fill. I could only drink, you know what I mean? Only drink out of the espresso cup. So if I was drinking this, I'd just pour it in. But we're not doing that today.
No.
You're getting what you get. But
Yeah, sorry.
what are we talking about today?
Today,
All that being said.
all that being said, we're just going to do the easy way out and do a Europe recap.
Europe recap. Yep. Okay.
From the top.
From the top. Yep. Hold on. We gotta get
Oh.
fucking.
We haven't even done our cheers.
We gotta get juiced up.
I already took a big old fucking gulp out of mine.
I haven't done shit. This right here is the most telling. This sums it all up. The fact that I'm drinking a Capri Sun. I turned 27 years old in like a month. It's the year of our Lord 2022. Did you notice that the straw goes in right parallel with the eye?
I did not know that.
Like the fucking hole that you put the straw in is the dot on the eye.
I didn't know that. You
know
know what's
that?
funny though is we were at the grocery store and every
That's
time we go to the
crazy.
grocery store, we look at stuff like Gatorade or Pop-Tarts and we always joke like, should we get it? And we're always like, no.
And I walked by Capri Sun
And
today.
I said, should we get it?
And I was like, absolutely.
And I was like,
Because
wait,
that sounds
really?
badass. This is so good.
It is good. I've already had one today.
I feel like... I just feel like... There's like... Like... The world is so out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this just like... Like, okay, here's the fucking pendulum of life and on Earth. And if you're listening and on audio only, fuck yourself.
Okay.
You can't see my visual. Go to youtube.com/ Hygiene Pod if you want to see this visual.
Okay.
Here's the Earth, you know. We've been a little bit like this, you know. Picture a ball, right? Like this is an even thing. There's a little ball that rolls, that tips it, you know. And I feel like drinking Capri Sun just kind of flicked it back a little bit in the other direction, just enough to go.
Like things were okay for that sip.
For the right here. I'm 10. I'm spending my summer days skateboarding in my grandma's fucking driveway, you know, watching copious amounts of Drake and Josh and eating coma-inducing amounts of. Honestly, in the summer, when I was a kid, I was probably eating straight up chocolate. I was so fat. Anyway, yeah, no, drinking Capri Sun. All right, Euro recap.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's start from the top.
Let's start from the top. So, it's been 2 weeks since the last episode, but it's been a week before that, or a few days before that, or a week before that, since we were recording.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck! So I haven't sat down and done this in like 3 weeks.
Yep.
Fucking gnarly. Okay, so where are we at? What did we talk about before we left? We talked about what we were gonna do. So, as we said when we were gearing up for this trip, it started with tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask me how tour was.
Okay. How was tour?
It was something. Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. Okay, so from the top, how detailed do we want to get on this?
Well, we have like an hour, so.
So I guess we can get pretty deep. Okay.
But not too annoyingly.
I know. Like into the weeds. I know. I won't get that bad. But anyway, okay, cool. So it starts on June 24th.
June 24th.
Friday, June 24th. That's the day we were leaving.
I took them to the airport.
All was well. Yep, you took us to the airport. And we flew from Austin to London. Mm-hmm. London to Paris. Mm-hmm. And the whole week leading up to leaving, I'd heard kind of horror stories about the London Heathrow baggage situation.
Amazing.
I have this picture of what it looked like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'll put it right here. And I saw this picture 4 days before we left. And I was like,
perfect.
We lost a bunch of fucking bags. Let me just cut to it. So that's how the fucking trip started. But anyway, just to kind of dial back a little bit. I saw this picture of all the bags lost where we were going to have a layover. And I saw pictures on Reddit, and then I would see like bands that we knew that were over there that had gone through London or to London because this was the summer of every band going to Europe.
Yes.
Because
literally everybody was in Europe.
It is fucking bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. So it's the first summer after COVID that people can like really, really travel.
Yeah.
It's the first summer after COVID that bands can really, really, really tour. Put those two together.
And then you have everybody going.
And then you have everyone going to Europe specifically because also this is the first summer since COVID that a lot of these big festivals could happen.
Like back on, yeah.
Exactly. So like Hellfest being one of them, the one that we played, which I'll get into later. But so it was just this like perfect storm of just like this is the summer that every band on the face of the fucking planet is going to Europe. So we kind of got lucky in this way because we saw a lot of people posting on Twitter. Someone we knew tweet like, "Oh, went through London, lost bags." I was
perfect.
Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then like a thread of them responding like, "Oh, I'm going to London tomorrow. This is great." And then other people responding being like, "Don't check your bag." And so like that's 4 days before we leave. And the amount of work it takes into putting together like a tour, even as short as the one we did, is just like painstakingly. And this one in particular, for some reason, like so many strings to pull and just like communication was all over the place, and it's just expensive as fuck, which is kind of the overarching theme of this tour. So even though you start to see that 4 days before, you're like, I'm just gonna grin and bear it, because for this to fall through right now, I would rather die.
Yeah.
I will. God is my witness. So
okay. I
was like, all right, it's fine. We still got a few days before we go. Like things will sort out. It's like the biggest airport on that island.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Like the amount of people that go through that airport every day, like it just has to work. So all right, cool, whatever. So we got packed up. We each had a personal bag. We had a box of merch that had like records and shirts in it. My cymbals, a bass guitar, a bunch of stuff that we checked the first day, and it seemed okay. Like, got to the airport, no problem. You dropped this off. Very sweet of you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
4 of us loaded all in, all of our stuff. We've gone through the motions. We've done this twice before. Like, and we've flown to go do stuff.
Yeah, like
Countless
this isn't
times.
like a new thing.
Not a new thing. So checked in, business as usual. A little hiccup is like, oh, you're supposed to fill out this form, COVID. Like, oh, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah, the digital passenger.
Exactly. So I had to step aside. Got that figured out. No problem. Paid way too much money to check bags because Virgin Atlantic needs to figure their baggage fee shit out.
Yeah,
ASAP.
right
that
now.
was insane. So anyway, yeah, did that. Got checked in. Flew like 9 hours to London. Went so quick for whatever. I think I slept like half of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. And then had to classic Heathrow. Had to run to make our connection. For some reason, the terminal where we made connections, we had to go through the same thing. You and me coming back. You have to go through security.
Yeah, again, it's so dumb.
Even though the only way, from what I could gather, and I checked it, because we had to go through the exact same path on our way back with you and me. I made sure to check as I was walking through. Okay, is there any way else to get in here other than a connecting flight? Because that would justify needing security.
Yeah.
Like if you could also, you have people connecting, but also these people just got to Heathrow, that would make sense. Like, why would you put the two in the same?
It doesn't make sense.
People need to get to their flights. So we got to this security checkpoint and got hung up. And Kyle was like, oh, I didn't tell you about this. It was like some lady was trying to cut. And he was like, because she was like, I have to make my connecting flight. And he was like, yeah, we do too. You're not fucking special. Like, anyway, like got on this lady. Turns out she was on our flight.
Oh,
like,
perfect.
So it was even like more, our case. Like, we're on the same flight. Like, anyway. And then you know how like when you put your bag through it, like if they need to check it again, it diverts off to the thing.
Yes, they have to look through it.
Mine diverted.
Classic,
and took
of course it
fucking
did.
ever to get checked, and I had to run to our flight. I wasn't the last one on the plane thing. I thought I was going to be.
But the thing that sucks is that Heathrow, from that flight connection security stop, it's so far
Yeah.
from the gate that you have to be at.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
sorry.
especially ours. Oh, yeah. Damn,
Virgin.
ours coming back. Oh,
yeah,
my
it's so
God.
far. Like you have to go literally so far.
So So Virgin, if you're going Virgin to Air France, so going, it wasn't that far.
Oh.
Coming back, oh my God. So anyway, I finally got there. We got on the plane. 45 minutes to Paris. Like nothing. Got off. All gravy. Went through customs. Feeling good. Got to the baggage claim. I think my snare had to get gate checked because some lady got mad at Jake. But it rolled out. I was like, oh, cool. And then Juan's guitar had to get gate checked. His rolled out. Okay, cool. Waited. Waited. And then the thing said, flight whatever. Air France flight from London. Baggage closed.
Goodbye.
We're still missing 6 things. And so I went to the baggage claim desk with everyone else who was on our exact itinerary. Austin to London, London to Paris, which was like another 20 to 30 people. All the same situation. None of those people's bags made it. So, huge eye roll. So it's a personal bag, a bass guitar, cymbals, another personal bag, and a box of merch. All gone.
Great.
So we like filled out these claim forms that essentially just like track it and like so they can send you updates. Just talk about a fucking miserable like kickoff, like absolutely awful.
Yeah, literally hasn't toured in so long, and your first one out of the country.
And it just sucks because it was like gear's one thing, personal bags are one thing, but like that merch, like if you're a band going on tour, like you don't have merch,
Yeah, you're screwed.
you might as well not go on tour. That's how you make money. So like this box of records, like I think I talked about these
Yeah, we
records
did.
on the last episode, just saying like,
Yeah.
it took forever to get pressed. We finally got them. I had them rushed to make sure we could take them to Europe
Mm-hmm.
because they buy the shit out of records in Europe. Like the first time we went, we took 50, gone in 2 days.
But guess what? You didn't have any.
Exactly. So luckily, most of our merch was printed in Europe. So we had it. We have it shipped to our van company, and they just
Mm-hmm.
load it in the van. So when the van picks us up, it's there. So most of our merch was there. It was fine. In terms of merch we took, it was just leftovers, which would have been nice to have. Records were the real ass kicker.
Yeah.
So those are still missing, by the way.
Yeah, so are your symbols.
Yep. So there's 6 bags missing. We recovered 2. So we are still missing right now.
Awesome.
They are somewhere, not here.
We're not sure where they are either. They couldn't track them.
I think they're in London, whatever. But after 3 weeks, you can submit a claim and you get reimbursed for the value of your items. So I should get like $3 to $4 grand.
Yeah, but anyway.
Okay, so just like miserable, just like all just so bummed.
Yeah.
Like just roll out of the airport into the van.
Starting off on the worst foot.
Yeah, so that's how it started. And then we, our driver was Scott. He drove us the first time we went to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I hit him up personally to ask him if he could drive us, and he did. And so he was there waiting for us in a Volkswagen van. It was really cool. It just kind of sucked because the first 2 times we went, we had a big Mercedes Sprinter, and this one company that we've rented from twice converts it's like the front row seats, like the driver row, second row, and a third row, and the whole back is cargo, and they built a little step and a wall and a bunk, like a bed, like a little loft. We didn't have that this time because
so you just had your normal seats.
Because someone drugged their feet booking the van.
Who?
We won't name names. None of us. And so we kind of had the last pickings. It's the summer of every band in Europe touring, and somehow we decide to wait till a month to go to book a van for a band come from the. But anyway, so we kind of had the last pick of the litter. Unfortunately, so I mean, we had.
You got the runt.
I got the runt, but it was fine because we were only there for a week. If we were there for a month without a bunk, it would have been rough.
Yeah, y'all were literally only there for a little bit.
So yeah, saw Scott. Scott grabbed us, and off we went. First show was Paris. It was pretty cool. We played with 2 or 3 other American bands who were in similar situations that we were. So we were all sharing each other's gear.
Honestly, so nice for them people to let you borrow their shit. You know?
Incredible! Yeah,
especially like breakables.
So that's what it really comes down to. You can share the speakers, the cabs, all day.
Yeah,
like those are easy. The backline drums, which is essentially drums without the snare and the cymbals, no problem. Like people share that all day long. It just makes more logistic sense. So shout out to Scowl and Zulu for coming through on the gear, and like we shared each other's. It was really cool. The show Zulu. Show itself was chill. Mm-hmm. Got Thai food.
Yum.
And then drove like 2 hours.
Okay.
To Le Mans, France. Stayed the night, and the next day we played Hellfest.
Woohoo!
Which was the one with Metallica. I know we talked about that a little bit. Mm-hmm. What a fuck. It just...
The pictures were insane. We got to put some on here.
Yeah, I could post a couple of pictures on here. I could even put a link. Our set might be somewhere. I could put a link to that, but it's like... It's hard to give context to those who don't know what Hellfest is, but it's a big... Like a massive metal... Obviously, Metallica headlined our day, so it's like this massive metal festival in France that's been going on for a long time. And this year they did, and they usually just do a 3-day weekend. Mm. This year they did 2 back-to-back 3-day weekends.
Okay, Coachella.
We played on the last day. Metallica headlining, closing it all out. In like, this fest owns this plot of land in the western part of France. Mm-hmm. So they don't have to tear this stuff down. It just stays up all year. It is like their land. It was the logistics, the size, the scope of it all was like, I mean... All I really have to Metallica headline, so clearly there's some level of professionalism. It is just like they have it dialed in. Yeah. We get there, they like check you in. They built this little city, more or less, of like it kind of looked like, reminded me of train cars, with the inside converted to be green rooms.
Oh yeah. The little.
So yeah, like this really nice welcoming area where you get your badges, and there's couches and charging stations. Like if you just got there, you can hang out and wait, and then you go through, and there's this long alley essentially, both sides lined with shipping containers that are the green rooms for each band. And so we had a slotted time of like 5 to 6 hours for a green room, showers, like
that's nice.
Showers, bathroom. There was a masseuse. There was a Ernie ball, which is like string company guitar string, with a guy working that could set your guitar up for free. And gave us a bunch of free strings and picks.
That's nice.
Like, psycho. Then you go up these stairs to this big, like, I don't remember what they called it, but it was like a catering room for the bands with windows on the side that overlooked both main stages.
Oh, nice.
Where like Metallica played later, with food all day, Red Bull all day, beer all day. Just like, and like even just walking behind the main, because you have to take your merch. They sell your merch for you, and if you're a smaller band like we are, you have one shirt, you drop it off at the beginning of the day. They count it, sell it for you all day. You go pick it up later. So you have to drop it off first thing you get there. You like walk behind the main stage. It's huge. A main stage at a giant festival that is attended by like 100,000 people. Massive. With like stage props. Big giant cargo boxes of stage props. Literally say Metallica on them. Like me and Jake were walking through just being like, where the fuck are we? Like, this is insane. This is so crazy. And like Metallica, like we all had green rooms, but the headliners of each day had their own little town off to the side. They had like a hot tub, a pool, green room for each member, a bar, a kitchen,
amenities,
just like everything you could want. The sign literally said Metallica. It was like every time I saw their name, I was just like, this is ridiculous. And with armed bodyguards, like, you know, outside, like crazy. But anyway, we did that, and just it was like you felt really taken care of.
Yeah,
like the logistics were dialed in. And so we played, and we thought we were gonna have to borrow gear with other bands, and we thought that you had to like organize using Hellfest gear prior. So we're like, fuck, we're gonna like piecemeal gear again. They could not. They literally, like, we showed up and like they heard that we had gear problems because we lost. Luckily, that kind of worked to our advantage because we were like, oh, we lost our stuff, you know. There was the stage manager there was ready with like a piece of paper, like, all right, what do you need? And they had gear off to the side, and like when it came to my turn, they were like, all right, what do you need? I was like, what kit do you have? Like, what do you need? And I was like 3, you know, like drum, kick drum.
Yeah.
What sizes? And I was like, that's rare because usually it's one kit that every band shares, and they had like 5.
God
They
dang.
could just mix, match, and build your own kit. They let me borrow cymbals. It was just like
so nice.
And then the set itself was just like indescribable. I've never played to that many people. It was really, really, really sick.
Proud of you.
Thank you. That was badass. Stayed all day. Watched Metallica for a little bit. Left, and then the next 3 days we drove to Switzerland. Went to the H.R. Geiger Museum, who's like this old artist. He did the Alien thing. That's probably the biggest thing he's done. And then played Switzerland, a couple shows in Germany with Terror, the band Terror, Goats. They were really sick. They fucking let it, so this whole time we're checking, right, the update on our gear at the airport. Like, okay, maybe it came through, maybe we could ride back to Paris, someone could meet us, whatever. That never happened. Obviously, we're still missing our shit.
Yeah, perfect.
Terror, goddamn, they let us borrow
everything
we were missing. And we were talking to them because for the last 16 years, COVID years, withstanding, they've gone to Europe like 2 or 3 times a year for almost 20 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they actually, all the gear that they tour with in Europe, they just leave there. Oh, nice. So the bass player had like 3 bass guitars.
Oh, so he was good.
And he gets them for like free. So Kyle was just like, he was like, oh, I don't care. Use whatever. The drummer, same thing. He was like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. Like,
that was so nice.
And they were all, well, it's intimidating, right? Because they've all, like, one of the first CDs I bought of that kind of music was literally a Terror CD. Yeah. Sort of asked these grown ass men, like, hey, can I use your shit?
Please.
Yeah. And they were just like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It was so fucking
That's
cool.
That's so nice.
Played Switzerland, a couple days in Germany. Played a fest in Belgium. Saw Gate Creeper. That was really nice. Ran into Israel. And then we played the Super Bowl of Hardcore.
Super Bowl. That is horrible.
I wasn't sure how the set was going to go. Could not have been better. It was
good.
Really fucking cool. A good show. Killed it on merch. And then that last night, that was the last show. Tour was really good. Really good. It was good. It was really, really expensive. Not having as much merch as we could have made it a little more difficult, but I'd like to think, I don't know, I think it kind of took its toll on everyone, but like, and plus the people who never got their personal shit. Yeah. Like Kyle, Jake, and Juan went the whole tour.
With nothing.
With literally nothing. They stopped at H&M, I think, twice and bought clothes so they could shower and got like toiletry. Nothing. Like, I think Kyle, like, they all wore the same outfit every day for a fucking week.
Okay,
like, awful.
Cartoon characters.
So rightfully, they were, kind of, felt it. But I think we still managed, like, Hellfest, like, day 1, Paris, kill ourselves, like, awful. Trying to figure out what fucking gear are we using. We're in a different country.
It's a headache.
We're losing our mind. First tour in 3 years in Europe, missing gear, just like, Hey, what's going on?
I
don't
don't
know. This is insane. And then Hellfest the next day was just like a fucking epinephrine shot into the head. Like, it was just like, it just picked everyone's spirits back up. And
Yeah,
then
that's good.
that dwindled here and there, but like we did enough cool shit
Mm-hmm.
for everyone to still like see silver lining. And
Yeah,
be
that's
like,
good.
like one day we woke up and found this swimming complex sitting on a lake in Germany. €5
Yeah.
to swim in this super nice pool with lake access. We swam in this lake. To get in, it was supposed to be another €10 where they had like slides and shit. And the guy stopped. He's like, "Oh, where y'all from?" He was like some German guy. I'm not gonna do the accent.
Okay.
He asked us where we were from. And we told him what we were doing. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "If you want to go inside of the slides, let me know. I'll just let you in."
Mm-hmm.
He like got us towel. He was like, "You're supposed to pay for towels. I got you."
That's so
It
nice.
was just like days like that. We were like, okay, like
It wasn't a complete like wash.
no, it wasn't. Like me, Jake, and Jimmy like swimming in the lake, and then like sitting on there's like a little floating dock out in the middle of the lake. We like swam
That's
out to, and
fun.
little moments where we were sitting there just being like, it's alright.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay. So yeah,
Nice.
it was tour. And then the last night, we drove to Paris,
Mm-hmm.
where I met you,
Me.
and I met you at your hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and that kicks off the back half of the Euro Excursion 2022.
And that's the end of the episode.
And that's the end of the episode. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big gulp, huh?
it's good.
Yeah, so then,
What happened next?
well, I flew to Paris exactly the same way you did, from
Tell-
London to Paris.
How was your experience? Tell us about your
It was fine.
Your transit
I didn't check anything because of all the horror stories, so I shoved everything into a tiny carry-on.
for that reason. Yep.
But this is aside, but I felt horrible for the people sitting next to me. I already told you about this, but there was this girl and her husband sitting next to me on the flight to London, and it was so sad because they were going to London to pick up a custom wedding ring that they had, ordered and had this guy custom make it. And like he'd sent her sketches. I was obviously like eavesdropping, they weren't speaking to me, but she was talking to her husband, and she was talking about how like she loved all the sketches that he made. She approved it all, and then he sent her a picture of the ring like the day that they were leaving, like literally the day that we were on the flight, and she was crying because it was so ugly. Like she hated it. And it was thousands of dollars.
And they're still going.
And they're still going. They like made a whole trip out of it to go pick it up.
Oh, what do you do?
I don't know. But anyway, so that happened. The flight was fine. I slept most of it, so it went by fast.
That's a dream.
I thought I missed my freaking Paris flight. I was freaking out because
Yeah.
I had to go through that god dang security.
It's exact same security.
And my flight was sitting on the taxi, or sitting on is that what it's called? The tarmac.
Tarmac, yeah.
For an hour, so I thought I missed my connecting flight, so I was running and running
But it was delayed
to
too.
the airport, but I didn't even know that my Paris flight was delayed, so it was fine. I got to Paris. I was so freaking tired. I just got to my hotel. I Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
What'd you get? Thai food.
Some Thai food that was bad. It's horrible.
I wonder, that's crazy. Like, because your hotel was super close to the venue, and we got Thai food right after the show. I wonder if it was the same Thai food.
I don't know, but I got that. It was bad. It might have just been what I ordered. Anyways, and then you came at freaking like 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
We tried to do laundry. Didn't know how to use
Yeah, okay,
European
so
laundry.
I did the whole tour, and I got a grocery bag or a trash bag out of some venue
Yeah.
somewhere like day one, because I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna put all my dirty shit in here.
It was like
because
our plan to do
it was
laundry.
awful. I was like, because I can do laundry at Caitlin's hotel. I looked it up before I left.
And golly, did that bag smell
It was
horrible.
awful, and I was fine with it because I was like, I can do laundry at Caitlin's hotel. Good, no worries, all good. In hindsight, probably couldn't have, because I would have had to have washed it. It would have taken forever, and I would have had to have dried it. I wouldn't have had time.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah. So anyway,
But anyway, so we did that, and then we got on a flight to Monaco.
slept like
Maybe like 30 minutes.
30, 45 minutes. Got
Yeah.
up, showered again or something, and then got an Uber and went to
Monaco Lewinsky.
Monaco. Lewinsky. That's funny.
And so then we
Got
didn't.
Monaco. What'd you think of Monaco?
Well, okay, so we had to take a train from Nice to Monaco.
Yeah,
And I was like, gorgeous.
Tell us about A to B.
Okay, so we took the train we flew from Paris to Nice.
Easy.
Took the train from Nice to Monaco. Gare de Monaco, if you will.
Gare de Monaco.
And
I got 30-minute
yeah,
train
it wasn't
ride.
bad. But
So pretty.
we were like, oh, well, we'll Uber to the Airbnb. Duh.
Yep.
Guess what? They don't have freaking Uber there. It's so small, though. Like, why would they?
I think I read something today about, Uber, trying to get Uber in different cities, period, has been a thing. Like, I think it's a lot different in New York, Ubering, than it is here, just because the taxis have been such a thing for so long, and they don't want to force them out. I think European cities have gone through the same thing. So Monaco is one of the cities where they just straight up don't have Uber.
Which is fine, but also Monaco and we stayed in the border town, which was like, it literally was Monaco. I don't even know. But we stayed there and we're like, oh, well, we'll Uber. Hell no.
Nope.
And we didn't know how to call a taxi.
Nope.
We tried to call a taxi. I was like, we're not waiting. So we just walked the 15 minutes.
So we walked 15 minutes. Usually I would Beausoleil.
But we were like, oh, sure, 15 minutes, whatever.
Normally, 15-minute walk, I'd be like, fuck, it's kind of hot. I don't want to walk. But, whatever. This motherfucker.
We didn't know about the
fact that Monaco was built into the side of a cliff that's built like this.
So the 15-minute walk was upstairs. Like, up so many stairs, which probably would have been okay, but we had all of our shit. And it was so hot. I was wearing
75-80% of this walk were stairs this steep.
We were struggling.
It like
hundreds of stairs.
I felt like a piece of shit. I was like, am I like this out of shape or am I? But no. It was so hot. Stairs, snare, bag, backpack, bag, two bags, two backpacks, and a snare drum that weighs fucking 25, 30 pounds.
And our carry-ons.
Yeah, it's just like I was and I was sick.
Oh, yes. And how could we forget? Austin was sick, deadly sick.
I woke up the last day of tour, like the last hotel, with a tiny bit of a
tickle.
A something growing here. And I was like,
literally COVID.
I've been here before. And so all that day, I inhaled water.
Yeah.
Drank emergency, slept in the van, got to the venue. I tried to be like I was taking deep breaths, just like trying to relax my body, unload it. Went to the green room. I got the catering that day. I literally laid on the floor, took my shoes off, unbuttoned my pants, put my feet up on a chair, rolled my hoodie up, put it behind my head, put my headphones in with brown noise, and put my hat over my head, and just zoned. And just drank water and just took deep breaths and tried to take a little nap.
It didn't do anything.
So hard to like fight it. And then I woke up the next morning when we were going to Monaco, and
didn't matter.
There it was.
But he was so sick and he wouldn't speak because his throat hurt. He like didn't have a voice that much. Yep. So yeah, on top of all that, he's sick. So we pretty much took our whole first day in Monaco like pretty chill. What did we even do?
We did make it to the fucking Airbnb finally.
Oh yeah, we did.
We're walking up all those goddamn stairs. Got to the Airbnb. Took this shower. So like, I'm sure people will know what we're talking about that have like done any like extensive travel. You don't even have to drive that far before you start feeling that travel grind.
Oh, travel grind is horrible.
I don't know what it is or what it comes from. It's just like you're tired. You're just generally already dirty just from the day.
But it's like you could have taken a shower a few seconds before you get on the plane. It doesn't even matter.
Something about a plane just makes you feel disgusting, and then you get there, normal travel grime. Add on top of it that walking that fucking 120 miles up the stairs. That shower was just like...
It was life-changing.
I couldn't believe...
It was amazing.
So we took a shower for... Literally, I probably stood in there for like 25 minutes. And then we walked just kind of aimlessly to find food, and we found pizza. Remember the pizza?
Oh, yeah, for lunch.
Yeah, we had that Italian waitress, and behind us was that Italian old couple, and to the right there were 5 people all smoking.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I remember it so vividly because they were all smoking and it was pissing me off because I was sick. And I was just like, okay, we'll touch on that real quick. I love Europe. Mm-hmm. It's a blast. Every time I've been several times. It's so good. I always have a fresh new experience. Going to Europe for the first time as a kid, like really kind of shaped like my belief of like, oh, it's just so much, whatever. it's all great.
Yeah.
One thing we got to figure out, Europe, collectively, at Europe. Go ahead and at Europe on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop smoking, guys.
Yeah, we got to stop.
Everyone and their fucking dog smokes, and
It's not okay.
sometimes I could ignore it, but I think I was especially sensitive to it this time because I was on my deathbed for a few days. Anytime I saw a cigarette, I was just like, yo, we got
to figure it out.
we'd be at breakfast having like a little coffee, a little croissant, and someone would spark a ciggy, and
It's
I'd be
like
like,
cool.
It was fine. Everything was fine here
And then
until
you
you
just
did
have
that.
to do this.
So,
But anyways.
got that pizza. Stopped at that little market. The little market was nice. The Australian grocery store
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then went to the Airbnb and proceeded to die.
Yeah, we did nothing. We just kind of chilled that first day.
Oh no, we took
Did we go to the beach?
we took a nap and then went to the beach.
Yeah,
I
we went
somehow
to the beach.
fell asleep and woke back up.
Mm-hmm. But, so anyways, we went to the beach, which was so cute. The water was really nice.
Yep.
Except instead of sand, there was rocks.
It's a man-made beach.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was real.
No, man-made beach.
Nobody told me
I
that.
feel like I enclosed it off and built it.
Okay, well, that's annoying.
Which is crazy because you think Monaco would have like a natural
A normal beach.
Well, Nice has.
But I guess they have cliffs. Like, they don't.
They're like, yeah.
But anyways, so we go to sleep that night, and I wake up, and I'm like, oh my God, like I peed in the bed or something because the bed is wet. Wet. Nope. Austin had a fever, and it broke. And the pillow was soaking wet. The sheets were wet. It was all just wet.
It was disgusting. We went to sleep at
Pretty early.
Pretty early, yeah. It had to have been like 8. And I asleep.
Immediately.
Asleep.
Yeah.
Gone. Because like I hadn't had I thought about it when I woke up the next morning. I hadn't had a full night of sleep in like
a while.
2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Just by nature of tour and traveling overnight and whatever. I hadn't had a sleep awake like 8 hours in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So all of that on top of being sick, oh my God, I went into a coma.
Yeah. Woke up sweaty as hell.
Woke
Fever
up-
broke.
I had a fever apparently, and it broke. And she's not kidding. When she says it's soaked, it was.
Sorry.
They're coming. That's France coming for me for my smoking a cigarette comment. Sweat through that whole ass bed.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Awful. Was that? I think I went back to sleep for a little bit.
Yes, you did.
Fell back asleep for another couple hours. Woke up, still sick, but felt like God had just graced me. It just
He touched
put
you.
gentle touch on my arm overnight because I would definitely still felt like shit, but it was like, okay, I can like. I went. It's like Interstellar. I went into that dark night and came back a new man.
Yeah, so we did that. I think we just kind of walked around again.
That day, we got up and we took a shower. Felt
The
fresh.
amount of showers we
Took so many showers. That shower was sick though.
we took
was
so many
so
showers, maybe
sick.
like 10 in like 2 days.
Yeah, literally. But the pharmacies were closed. This was a Sunday. The day we got there was a Sunday, and the pharmacies were closed, or else I would have got medicine. First stop was a pharmacy. Got ibuprofen. They didn't have a fucking Pedialyte.
Yeah.
They just had these packets of like electrolyte powder, and you put it in water. Chugged some of that. Had a coffee. Had a croissant. Popped an ibuprofen. I was a brand new man because after that is when we walked to that seafood restaurant,
Yep.
and I was like 90%. Like I felt great. I
And
felt
we
so
walked
good.
I think we walked 9 miles that day.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So we ate the little breakfast, had a pharmacy, walked down to. It's funny how it progresses because we stayed just outside of Monaco on the French side, and you walk down all the stairs, and the closer and closer you get to Monaco, the bitchier it gets.
Yeah, like we were talking about how like in order to really have fun in Monaco, you have to be rich.
Yeah,
and not like doctor salary, not like you need to be like a millionaire.
Oh, you need to be filthy. We didn't really touch on that. Like, what was your overall like impression of Monaco? You liked it.
I liked Monaco. It's beautiful.
It was very beautiful. It was pretty. Yeah, it was.
And all the people are beautiful. There's also, we were talking about this, like there's nobody that looks normal there.
Everyone
like,
looks rich.
We looked kind of like we could be homeless.
Straight up.
And we looked fine.
And like the part that we stayed in, I say it gets bitchier and bitchier the more you get into Monaco, but the part we stayed in was like, it was like old Europe, like coastal beach town feeling. The Airbnb was
So nice.
sick and cozy and like stylish and whatever. I think Monaco was very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good time despite being sick. I like enjoyed my time. It was a place I'd never been. Super fresh. My biggest takeaway definitely is that if you want to enjoy it to the fullest extent, you have to have enough money to stay as close as you can to the water
Mm-hmm.
and taxi everywhere. Ergo, be rich as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it is just like even the shopping. Like I'm surprised they even had a Zara.
Yeah. Oh, every store was.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But-
So we were walking and we did that and we turned a corner and we're immediately in the bitchy area. There was that hotel.
And it
with,
just
like,
smells. It just smells different there.
Everything smells good.
We turned a corner. We're like,
Everyone.
what the fuck? This smells like money.
Yeah, we turned a corner. Balenciaga, fucking Bottega, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like this hotel with like this beautiful garden out front.
Beautiful.
Ferrari, Bentley, Rolls Royce. Like
And I was like, cool. I literally.
it looked like a
Corolla.
joke. It looked like a
Yeah.
movie. I was like, okay. Like,
Yeah, like if you're
relax.
driving those cars, you can be there. But if
Yeah.
you're driving like anything a little bit less than that, you don't deserve to be
Yeah,
there.
the doormen all looked 5 times richer than I was.
We
Like,
don't fit in there.
It was crazy. It was
Stunning.
very, very nice, and I enjoyed my time. We walked through there, walked to the yacht parking, like the little fucking
The yachts were
little
insane.
bay with the yacht. This is how I describe. There are big boats.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think you understand. Like some of those yachts were like indescribably huge.
Almost
Little
like
mini
ships.
cruise ship, like,
yeah.
So
It
big.
was so modern looking too. Like
Like-
it was crazy.
They were like modest ones, all the way up to ones that were like literal billionaires.
Yeah.
Like those were billionaires.
And
that
it was
owned-
like I would see the people and then I'm like, what the fuck? Are
Yeah,
you
and you
doing?
can
Who
kinda-
are you?
some that were even like the ones that were up close. Like you could kind of look over and see like people chilling on these boats, and even some of the out far ones.
You
Like
could see people standing.
on the when we were sitting on the beach, there was one out at sea, like in the water, floating, and the people who were on it were jet skiing around it.
I was like, goodbye.
And I was just like, who is that? Literally, who is that?
I have
Because
no
that's one of
idea.
the biggest yachts here. If they have 5 jet skis that they loaded onto it, it's just like, who is that? One of them had like a little mini helipad on it, like
Yeah, it was
unbelievable.
insane.
So that was Monaco.
But-
We walked to like this, walked so far past
We
where
did
they
some
have
walking there.
past where they like have the Grand Prix. Obviously, that's like the biggest thing I think there is the Monaco Grand Prix. Walked by where they have that all set up, which was really cool, and then had some seafood. Went back.
Just kinda chilled.
We tried to avoid walking back to the Airbnb to get our swimsuits. 'Cause we wanted to
Yeah.
go to the beach, but we didn't want to go up those stairs. So we stopped at Zara to try to buy
They didn't have a single
swimsuits.
swimsuit for me.
And so we just ended up going back to the Airbnb.
But basically, that was Monaco. I don't want to get too freaking deep. I know we're kind of getting all into the details. I don't know how
It's
long
not
we've
20
been
minutes.
going. Oh. But anyway, so that was
Monaco.
Monaco.
It was fun.
It was really not. We didn't do anything super crazy. We didn't really eat any crazy food, except my salmon was so good. I got a salmon steak at one of
That
these
was
restaurants.
good.
It was so good. But anyway,
What was your takeaway? Like, would you go back?
would I go back? I would go back, but I'd need to be rich.
I would go back. I would want to go back with quite a bit more money. And I'm not in a hurry.
No, I don't need to go back
No.
anytime soon. I wasn't like dying for it.
No.
It was really beautiful and I liked going. I liked visiting, but like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God.
It's not like in terms of places I want to go back to. It's not on
No.
the top of the list. I would want to have enough money to stay at like one of those nice
The
hotels.
Meridian?
Like like on the water.
Yeah.
If I could do that,
That is another thing though. Whenever we needed to go back to the Airbnb
yeah.
and we didn't want to walk that far, we found out that if you walk to the Le Meridian Hotel in Monaco, that they'll call a taxi for you. So we'd
That's
walk
a-
over there.
I think it's a thing at most hotels, but we weren't staying there.
No.
So
But who cares? But anyway, so
and the taxis were Teslas both times.
oh yeah, all the taxis in Monaco are Teslas. So
I'm sick.
incredible. But anyway, so
Anyway.
then we go back. We went back to Paris. We flew back, and then
Yeah.
and I think the first thing we did was went to the little grocery store.
Oh, we
Oh,
got to
first of all,
our
our
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
We got to talk about our Airbnb. We got 20 minutes.
Our
Let's slow down.
freaking Airbnb was literally my favorite Airbnb we've ever stayed in.
Really? Ever?
It was so cute.
It's pretty up there.
It was so freaking cute. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like aesthetic wise.
I mean, think about the ones we've stayed in the U.S. Are any of them that memorable?
No,
Not really.
I think that. I mean, it didn't have an air conditioner, which
Could-
ended up being fine.
It couldn't have mattered less.
But it was so freaking cute. Like everything was my
I'll
exact
post some
style.
pictures.
It was so cute. But anyway, so the Airbnb was amazing. I'm sure that sooner it's a new Airbnb too, so I'm sure that soon it'll
The
be
price will.
it'll be like an Airbnb Plus soon.
It was on the 5th floor. That was the only downside.
It was on the 5th floor, no elevator, but
And we got an Uber to that fucking after all that walking in Monaco. Usually I'd be like, oh, we'll hop on the train. Paris has got a good train station. I looked at Caitlin when we landed in Paris, and I was like, we're getting a fucking Uber. I'm not walking another
hell
fucking
no.
step.
And then we had to go all the way up these, and we counted. There was like 121 steps.
Something like that.
It was on the 5th floor. But anyways, who cares? So the first thing we did after that was
this day was sick. Yeah,
we got some sandwich stuff at a little
walked to a
grocery
little market.
store,
Yeah,
and then took the train to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
And I've obviously never been to Paris before, so I've never seen the Eiffel Tower.
What'd you think about it?
Oh, it was big.
It's big, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't realize how
it was really big.
Fucking massive. Yeah.
It was cool. There's a bunch of bitches out there taking their little selfies. Bunch of Americans.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute.
Yep. It was.
We sat next to some dogs.
Big old Great
Dane doggy. It was really cute. And then we went
back to the Airbnb.
I think we chilled that day.
We took a nap.
Yeah.
Took a fat fucking nap. What did we?
Oh, and then we ate dinner at that place.
Pink Mama.
Pink Mama.
Was that the day we tried to go to the catacombs?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we tried to go to the catacombs, but guess what? It was sold out.
Shame. Yeah, we had some time to kill before dinner. Took a nap. It's like, oh, we can squeeze the catacombs in. Let's go over there and just do it. Like, we have time. Fucking closed because the first time we went and there was a long line, but Jimmy found these tickets the tickets were called skip the line tickets. You pay like twice the price, which is $30. You skip the line and go straight in. So I was like, oh, even if we're late and there's a line, who fucking cares? Now they do it on timetables.
Yeah.
So you have to get them in advance. And so there were none left, so we didn't get to go.
But it's fine. We went to a little bar, an Australian bar.
Oz bar?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like Oz bar.
We got some frites with some cheese and some chorizo on it.
She was fire. Had a drink.
Then we went to dinner at Pink Mama, which it was so cute.
Very cute.
It was probably like a touristy place. There's a lot of Americans there.
A little bit, yeah.
But
it was cute.
It was cool. So cute.
For a good reason.
Yeah. It was adorable.
Yeah.
My food was good, and
how would you describe the place? It was like 3 stories.
It was 3 stories
on a corner building. Yeah. So the building was like literally a triangle.
Yeah, and the front of it is pink tile with like a bunch of greenery. It's very, very. I know it's like my biggest pet peeve is like Instagrammable place.
No, very much was.
But it was very Instagrammy, but also it was like, it was still cute. I think like
tasteful.
Where we sat was the most like Instagram looking place, like fake plants and stuff. But the actual staircase going up was so cool. Nice. Yeah. Like there was really old like vintage art and frames. It was like a giant gallery wall, which was really cool.
And the staircase is so like if this is the building, the staircase is in the tip of the triangle. Mm-hmm. And so when you get to the top of the triangle, where the building meets, these are windows.
Yeah.
So the windows were open
it was really
into
pretty.
This Paris street with the sunset.
Setting.
And it was just like...
That part was pretty.
Is Instagrammable is a good way to describe it, but like, even if that's like derogatory, it was like this is fucking nice.
It was really nice. Yeah. Which all that was fine. I think the most like actual Instagrammy part was where we were sitting, which was like all the fake greenery on the ceilings and like.
And then the walls were windows. Like all the windows were open.
It was pretty though. Nice. Like the vibes were immaculate.
Food was good.
Except
waiter was really nice.
The waiter was nice. I do have to talk about the freaking lady next to me. She made me want to kill myself. She was with her friend. There was these 2 girls sitting next to us, and we were like at one of those like kind of tables where one side of the table is like a big long couch, you know, and the other one is like chairs. The other side is chairs. So I was on the couch side with this bee, and she's talking to her friend, and she's just complaining the whole time, and I was like, cool. Complaining about the waiter, even though our waiter was amazing. He was so nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
She was like, he's taking forever. Like, he sucks. Like, I actually hate him.
She, like, ordered a drink, drank half of it, and then complained and asked to get it removed from her bill.
She drank literally most of it.
Like, shut up.
But whenever I sat down, like, Austin went to go to the bathroom when we first got there, and I sat down, and she, like, looked over. I don't know if she was looking at me or she was looking at somebody. I don't know who she was talking about, but...
Surely someone else, because
I was sitting right there. Yeah, I was like, there's
her.
No way. I mean, there could be a way. But anyway, so... She, like, looks over, and I hear her say to her friend, that girl's side profile is my nightmare.
There's no way she was talking about you.
No. She wasn't talking about me because
you
she
were
was
right
looking,
there.
I was right there, but she also wasn't looking directly at me. She just like her head was like turned, but like not towards me.
Just like
in my direction.
Everything she said was complaining.
She's like, she is so ugly. Her
or
side profile
like,
is my nightmare.
Just like so mean.
Yeah,
like,
and then we were sitting there, she was sitting there for so long, like waiting for the check to come, and she was like, "Our waiter sucks. I hate him." And he was like, "You'd pay on your phone." And she was like, "Oh,
she's just wrong." But
like, idiot.
That
but
sucked.
the food was great.
The food was good. The dessert was good. Had a little gelato, a little coffee.
Yeah, had a little cappuccino.
It was sick. And then we went to. Did we go anywhere that night?
I think we just went home.
We just went back because we were shot. Because we got there that day. It was the same day we got there, and so crashed.
Yeah.
Slept hard. And the next day had a really good day.
What did we do?
Fuck. I know we went to. What the hell did we do? Oh, is that when we went to that one restaurant? Yeah, it is. We went to a little store so I could get a juice and a water. Remember this? Then we went to that restaurant where the American guy was our waiter.
Oh, yeah. And they fucked up my order, and the waiter was so
Acted
mean.
like,
he like rolled his eyes because I was like, "This is wrong," and I was apologizing to him.
But it was like, you ordered one thing. How did it?
Okay, so I ordered eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
With like, I think it had like some kind of meat on it, and they gave me an eggs Benedict with salmon, like raw salmon, and I was like, "This isn't what I ordered." And so the guy came over, and I was like, "Hi, I didn't order this. I actually ordered this other thing."
Oh, you were like, oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
But I was like, instead of that, like, I just want avocado toast. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this.
And they act like it was a problem.
Yeah, and they like rolled their eyes, and I was like, you fucked up.
And I was like, if you ordered it and you got what you wanted and wanted to change it, that's one thing.
Yeah, no, of course.
But it didn't matter because it was like, it's wrong anyway.
But then he like rolled his eyes. He was being such a dick. And then the actual waitress that was helping us came over, and she was like, "Sorry." Like, she showed me that she put in the wrong order. And then that guy came back and was nice to us and like trying to be helpful. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not an idiot. I'm not just complaining."
Yeah, it's so annoying. But the food was decent.
It was fine.
And then we went to we tried to get a Coke at that grocery store. Remember that?
The Coke in goddamn Paris is
it just hit different.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, it was good. So we tried to do that, and then we hopped on the train and went to the Arc de Triomphe.
Trump Tower.
Yeah. What'd you think of that? The Arc.
It was big.
Yeah.
Everything. What'd you think? It was big.
It was cool, huh?
It was cool.
You liked the sculptures, the architectures?
I do. It was really cool. It was really big. Mm-hmm. The view at the very top was nice.
Pretty, yeah.
The traffic circle was chaos mode.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was scared.
But that was cool. Went to
really
the top, saw kind of that panoramic view you get of Paris, and then went down and walked down the Champs-Élysées, the main street that shoots out in front of it.
Goes all the way to the Louvre.
Goes all the way to the Louvre. We got almost to the Louvre and then hopped on a train and went to the a little more shopping area near Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Yeah, we did see Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
We went to some shops, went to Le Labo, went to a different Le Labo to get what we needed because the other one didn't have it. Went to Carhartt, work in progress. That was a nice work in progress. Went to Supreme.
Went to the Frankie shop.
Supreme and work in progress both had a lot of shit. Weirdly.
Yeah, I've never been to a Supreme store where they had so many things.
A lot of shit. And then got some gelato.
Yep.
And went to Notre Dame and saw the church.
And that bitch burnt down.
What you could see of it because it was all scaffolded off. But that was a shame. I'm sorry, we didn't get to go into a single fucking cathedral on this trip. That sucks.
Nope. But yeah, we did that, and we went back, and then we went to dinner.
Took a nap.
Yeah.
Got up, got ready for dinner. Was a little late.
Yeah. Oh, that night I thought I was about to file for divorce.
Yeah, Caitlin was pissed. We were kind of late to dinner, but anyway.
I hate being late, and so we had dinner reservations at like 8:30.
Yeah.
And Austin took forever getting ready, and I was like, we still got to get on the train or get on an Uber, and he finally got ready. We were leaving. We got on the train. Puts us on the wrong train.
Yeah, actually, that was the first time I
fucked up on that trip. Which is the first time he's ever done that. He's so good at the train. Puts us on the wrong train, and I'm like, cool, we're late as hell. And it ended up being fine. We got to the restaurant. And
we ate at La Maison Rose.
And they were filming a movie there. Mm-hmm. And we were just sitting there minding our own business. And then there's a whole group of Nazi soldiers.
Yeah, they were fucking...
walked by. I was like, excuse me?
It was this really old part of Paris. The fucking restaurant sat on this, like, intersection of, like, 4 different old cobblestone-ass roads.
It was really cute.
Really Instagrammy, cute, old... The sun was going down, a lot of green and trees. It was really
Golden
pretty.
hour.
We got a picture. I'll post it. But yeah, at one point, or on our way from the train station to the restaurant, we walked past like a movie set.
Like a film crew.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then we were sitting there, and pretty much the whole time we were eating, there were like groups.
Yeah.
Of like film crew people, film crew people. At one point, there were 4 people in costume, dressed in suits with like acoustic guitars that were clearly in the movie trying to get some shot. And then at one point, these like people that were very clearly dressed as like French townspeople in the 1940s walked by, and then like soldiers walked by with like cloaks on, like covering their whole thing. And you said something like, "Why are they wearing like cloaks?" And I was like, "Because they're fucking Nazis. If they take the clothes off, there's swastikas everywhere." Sure enough, one guy had his cloak over his shoulder and he had a swastika on his chest. I was like, oh yeah, World War II movie. There's all fucking Nazis. So
it was crazy.
It was crazy. So, and then like they had some old like period like cars drive through.
Yeah,
that
was
really cool. And then we ate that food. It was pretty good. Got some dessert. Had a cheesecake. What'd you have?
Oh, I had a chocolate cake. It wasn't that good.
Oh. But the dinner was chill.
The dinner was good. I had a meatballs.
I had a salmon cake.
And then we went to this church where
Sacré Sœur.
Yeah, and we were just minding our own business, walking about, and this freaking guy comes up next to me.
That shit was so weird.
And Austin was like, fuck off. And he kept getting closer and like blowing smoke in our face.
So it's like this church, and then in front of it, there's these steps that go down. And there were a bunch of people gathered, drinking.
There's somebody like playing music. Everyone's like singing.
Just a touristy hangout, kind of just normal, broad daylight kind of place. Like that a million people go every day. And we got to the bottom of the steps, and there's this like railing where you can stand, and it says panoramic views because you could sit and see like a lot of Paris. Pretty. And like we just listened to music, and like we couldn't go in the church. I would have gone in, but they were closing because it was so late. It was like 10. Yeah. And we were standing on the railing, and this dude walks up. This dude that's like this to me. Yeah, sunglasses on, like a Band-Aid on his nose, smoking. I thought he was like begging. Usually if someone comes up like, nah, man, I'm good, but he just like pressed us, and I was like, nah, we're good. Like, no. And like it was kind of like bumping into you, and I was like, I put my hand on his chest. I was like, you need to back the fuck up. Like, and he kept going.
Yeah, it would not stop.
It was like I was getting mad, but I was also like, what the fuck is happening? Like, fuck off. Like, go away. And he kept pressing and like was like putting his hands on me and like
blowing smoke in your face.
Yeah, like blew smoke a couple times, and I was like, I started like talking shit to him, and Caitlin pulled me away before.
Yeah, I was like, we're not doing this. You're not going to French jail today.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I was about to slap the dog shit out of him, but he was just looking for a fight, and I like flipped him off, and he grabbed his dick, but it was super weird. But anyway, we walked down this stair set. That was just the theme of this fucking trip. Stairs. We walked up this giant stair set. This is cool, like little bar area, Paris, and
called Dirty Dick.
Went to this bar called Dirty Dick. It was like a Caribbean theme.
Yeah.
Had some good drinks. Really good.
Went back home.
Sat next to this couple from Manchester who was on their honeymoon. They were in Paris. So they're going to be on their honeymoon until the end of this month. So from there, they were going to Nice, Monaco for 10 days.
That's way too many days.
Oh, my God. And then they're going to Portugal for 2 days and then going to Mexico for 7. Like a month-long
they're gonna have
honeymoon.
Fun.
Yeah, so. And then we went back to the Airbnb that night, right?
Yep.
Crashed.
Went to sleep.
Went to fucking sleep. Next day, last day, what did we do?
I honestly don't know.
Got crepes.
Oh, we got crepes. We went to the Pantene.
The Pantene. Oh yeah, the Paris Pantheon.
We ate
breakfast like right next to it. I had heard of it, and I didn't know what it was, and then I saw it from the top of the... It worked out perfectly. This happened to the Sacré Sœur, too. I saw it from the top. What are you doing?
My nail is broken. Oh, I burnt it on the lighter, so I'm trying
that's right. I saw both of these from the top of the Arc de Triomphe, and I hadn't been to either of them, and it worked out to where we went to both. So
yeah.
We ate breakfast, had crepes. What do you think of crepes?
At my very first crepe, I always said that I don't want to eat a crepe in America. I want to eat it for the first time in Paris.
And you did it.
and I didn't get a sweet crepe. I probably should have gotten a chocolate crepe, but I got a savory one with like an egg, a fried egg, potatoes, chorizo. It basically just tastes like a pizza. It was really good.
Yeah,
though.
it did taste like. Yeah, I got just like a strawberry jam one. It was really sweet.
And then we went to the Pantene.
Went to the top, saw one last good panoramic view.
Yeah.
Then we went to the Louvre.
And then we looked at some freaking art. I saw Miss Lisa.
What'd you think of the Louvre? Was it all I
like
chalked
the
it up
Louvre.
to be? Yeah.
I'm not even a museum girl. Like, I really don't care about museums. I'm just like... But this one was very grand and very nice.
Louvre's on some other shit.
It is. Like, I feel like anybody could go and get something out of it.
Yeah. It's like... I don't know. Because I went when I was a kid, but, like, I didn't appreciate it like I did the other day. Like, a lot of it had to do with just, like, it's so big.
It's so big. We spent maybe 4 hours there.
Yeah, we were there for, like, 4. We could have gone... If we really wanted to see everything, could have gone for another 4.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You could spend 6 to 8 hours there.
I mean, and I don't care. I was saying that this probably is problematic. Like, but normally whenever I go to museums, I don't care about reading about the history. Like, I don't care about any of that. It just doesn't excite me. But at the Louvre, it was just a different vibe. Like, you just see all these things, and they're so old.
That's the thing. It's old. It has a story. I don't know. It's everything.
It's just the way it's set up is very, I don't know. It's just way nicer than any other museum that I've ever been to. Well, because
I think from my understanding, the building itself was, I think, a palace. If not a palace, it was like it was the French government building for a long, long time. And it's big. It's big as fuck. And you can approach it from a few different directions in Paris. Like, you can come from different sides. And you walk into this, like, we came from, like, the west side. And you go into the courtyard first. Remember the courtyard where you're surrounded by the Louvre? And you go into that other courtyard where the pyramid is, the entrance. And I remember one of the first things I said, I was like, this is bigger than I remember. I don't think the museum is in the whole thing. I think it's just part of it's in the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is so big. And, like, so I think a lot of it for me, and I think I said this, one of my favorite parts about it is, like, the building itself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just rooms with art in it. No, you're in like a
palace.
Ballroom.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't put art into a room. They put art into a palace.
Yeah, like, and a lot of the thing, like, it doesn't look like, if I was walking through the Louvre by myself, like, there wasn't a bunch of people there, it would just look like a really big ass house, you know, or not a house, but like everything is positioned and like placed in such a cool way where it's not just like, oh, here's some little exhibits. It's like you walk through it looks like maybe if somebody lived there, they would have things like that in there.
Like, it's the best descriptor, or the best example is like the courtyard where they have like the sculptures, like the Greek and French sculptures. It's not like a room or like it's a atrium. Like,
it looked like a grand foyer.
Like a grand foyer with, like, you can see pictures of this shit all day long online, but like, I think the way you described it was like, it's as if they put it in a place in the museum where the person who sculpted it would have seen it.
Yeah, like it
was a
felt
very
like
natural place.
Yeah, wherever, like, this, especially the sculptures, because obviously, like, the paintings, you just stick them on a wall, but the sculptures just felt like whoever, if you were to live there, somebody were to make those things for those specific places.
Whoever placed them where they went knew what they were doing.
Yeah, but
it felt very natural, and just I felt so small in all those spaces. Like, and even the hallways with the paintings, the combination of how big the rooms were with how some of those paintings were 30 feet by 30 feet.
Huge.
You just feel like,
and the ceilings are incredible.
It's like the ceiling of a chapel. Like, it's vaulted, and it has paintings on the ceiling, and it's just like,
I think that was the most impressive part for me, was the ceilings. But
crazy. So did that for literally 4 hours. Looked at art, saw Miss Lisa, saw a bunch of really cool shit.
Also, Kim Kardashian was there.
She was there like that night. Really crazy. Really
she was just there, and we didn't even know.
Yeah, but did that, and then we got a little Starbucks refresher. There's like this yard, this park that shoots out in front of the Louvre. We essentially walked almost to the point where we were on the Champs-Élysées earlier the day
Trump
before.
Tower.
Like, met in the middle. That was kind of cool, and then went back to the spot.
And then we watched Da Vinci Code and it
No, we watched As Above, So Below.
Oh, that's right.
Because we weren't able to go to the catacombs, so we just watched the movie about it. And then went and got pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the Da Vinci Code. Because we went to the Louvre that day. And that movie starts in the Louvre, and a big part of the movie's in Paris. And like the whole movie, I was like, we're there right now.
Yeah.
If you look out that window, that's where we are. And just being really nerdy, and ate some pizza and watched a movie. It was really sweet.
It was.
That was our last night.
A nice way to end it. And then we
Very
went home.
nice. Yeah, and then got up at 3 a.m. and started what ended up being like a 22-hour travel day.
We were so tired. We got home, ate Whataburger, and fell asleep at 6:45.
Yeah, literally, like we finished the Da Vinci Code. The part of the Da Vinci Code we didn't finish our last night in Paris. We got back to Texas, got Whataburger, watched the last 30 minutes of the movie. It was just like, fuck, I want to go to bed. And Caitlin was like, we can't go to bed. We got to watch something else.
We're going to watch Madagascar.
We were going to watch Madagascar. We could do that tonight.
It was funny because we were sitting on the floor like, this sounds so dumb, but whenever Austin and I eat dinner, we sit in front of the TV, sitting on the floor in front of the coffee table, like our feet are under the coffee table. We use that as our you know, kind of like we're sitting in a high chair. And so we got up from the floor and moved to the couch. And Austin was like laying his head on my shoulder, and I was like laying my head on his head, and I was like, do not go to sleep.
We fell asleep for like 5 minutes, and I like jolted up, and I was like, I just fell asleep.
Yeah, and then I just I turned over and I just laid down on the pillow, and we
just laid on the couch. And the second she did that, she closed her eyes, and I was like,
we're done.
I was like, you're done. You can't do that. And you were like, yeah. I laid on the other side of the couch and was lights immediately.
Yep. And then we woke up at like 2:43 in the morning.
And we're like so disoriented.
And Austin like went up to go to the bathroom or something. And then he comes back to the couch.
And lay down.
And I was like, should we just go to bed?
Yeah.
And then we laid in our bed, and our bed has never been so comfortable.
I cannot describe how tired I was.
I felt like I was on a cloud.
We slept for 12 or 13 hours.
It was crazy.
But and now we're here. We're back.
Yeah.
Went to Dallas yesterday to get EB.
Austin's got to go to Lubbock.
And then
tomorrow
I got to go to
June.
Lubbock to get June.
Which also, if anybody wants an Australian Shepherd puppy, let me know, because you can have her. But let me look at my list, my Euro recap thing.
Yeah, did we get everything? Everything that pissed us off?
Stairs, being sick,
that was Europe.
Food. Oh, things that pissed us off, though.
Oh, yeah. What's some things that grind our gears?
Well, already we talked about the bags, the guy that Austin almost fought. The things that do piss me off about Europe is no ice.
Stop smoking and figure out ice.
No iced coffees.
We gotta let's figure it out together.
I mean, it's not that hard to put a couple pieces of ice in your latte.
It's funny. I made this comment while we were there, but it's like, I kind of spoke into this earlier, but because like I love Europe and stuff, and it's like usually it can be like, it's just the way it is here, and I find a reason not to bitch. I can be glass half full, but there are a couple days where I like, can we just like not have to pay for toilets? Just can we like anyone here just catch up with the rest of us?
But
like,
it's funny,
damn it,
because I feel like you combined with, I don't know, not on tour, but like whenever we were together, especially whenever we were at the airport, it's like you combined with being sick, being tired, being grimy, not wanting to travel, like just tired. Your patience is so thin. It's like there's no patience.
It disappears.
And so we were at the airport leaving Paris, and we have our appropriate amount of things.
It's the same amount of shit I traveled to Paris with.
I have a backpack and a suitcase carry-on.
Personal item and a bag. That's standard.
And Austin has one more extra thing, which is a snare, but he was like, I'm not fucking checking this.
Because we were going
obviously
back
all the bags
through
were lost.
Heathrow, where my bags still are right now.
So we get to, and this has caused me and Austin a strain on our relationship.
Oh yeah, a strain.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Well, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the moment. But the airport bitch, she was like, I was going through to scan my boarding pass to get on the freaking plane. She was like, ma'am, you need to come over to the side so we can check your bags.
Oh God!
And I was like, what do you mean? Check my bags.
There were people next to us with the same amount, minus the snare, to be fair, with a backpack and a carry-on bag, and I was like, that's the same
And I was like, what do you mean check my stuff? And she goes, y'all have so much stuff. And I was like, they're walking through with their backpack and their carry-on. She was like, yeah, but there's 4 of them. I was like, what are you talking about?
There's 2 people. The fuck you mean there's...
Anyways, so I was like, okay. Like, at that point, I was like, okay. And then Austin was seeing red at this point.
Well, because, like, if she was just like, oh, just, like, check, like, your snare or your bag just because you have 1 too many.
Sure.
That makes sense. But it's like, this is when it got me. I was like, I don't want to check anything because right now, I told her, I was like, I'm going to Heathrow and I don't want to check anything because on my way here from the other side, going through Heathrow, you got, I don't know if I said you got, Air France. That's who I was talking to. It was Air France. I was like, Air France has lost 6 of my bags and they're not home. They're not under the plane right now. They're still gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, therefore, me handing you this right now is me losing it.
Yeah, and she was like laughing at us. She was like, you have so many things.
She was like, but it's ridiculous. Look how many things you have. And I was like, I should have more things. You fucking bitch. I was like,
she was like laughing and mocking us.
Like mocking. And I was like, I don't want to check anything because I did that and it's gone.
But this is a part that caused strain on our relationship. Which, okay, all this would have been fine because at the end of this kerfuffle, she was like, "Okay, fine. Well, then take your bags on the plane."
And I was like, "All right, good, thanks,
bye." And she was like, "And if it doesn't fit, then you're gonna have to come back."
And I was like, "All right, bye."
But at this point, if we weren't the very fucking last people in line,
it'd have been fine.
It would have been fine. But since we had to deal with her, we were the last people in line.
We were facing this way. Meanwhile, everybody was getting
on with all of their bags.
Yeah.
All of their bags. And I was like, okay, well, now that the plane was full, it was a full flight, and I was like, just check my carry-on. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I was like, I'd rather Austin have his carry-on and his snare. I get it. Like,
that pissed me off.
That's fine. Austin was so mad that I checked my bag.
Well,
but
because I was like,
I don't even care.
Well, because my thing was like, I fought for this.
I know, but you got what you wanted.
I didn't though. I won. She gave up and was like, because I was dead set on it. I was like, I'm still missing shit. And you want me to lose more shit? And I was like, I finally got her to be like, fuck it. And I was like, let's go.
Okay, but...
And Caitlin was like, no, let me just check it. And I was like, I just won.
Okay, but if we weren't the last people on this full-ass flight, I would have been like, fine.
Yeah.
But as I was getting on the plane, there was not a single place that I could have put my bag. And... so
she had to check it.
I had to check it, which it ended up being fine. I got it.
We got it.
But Austin had his 2 things, which people had their back. I didn't realize people put their backpacks up.
People put their bag, and usually stewardess will be like, "Hey, you can't put your backpack up."
Yeah, you need to put that under your seat.
But people had their small ass. Like I literally moved a gift bag that big. Like
yeah, but it's like I didn't know I could do that, and so. It ended up working out, but I was like, thank God I didn't bring my bag because then there probably wouldn't have been room for all of our stuff. I'm not going to ask these random people, is this your backpack?
I would have been like, move your shit. I got to put my backpack under the seat.
Austin got his things on the airplane.
You got your thing. It was fine. And then we got to London.
Fine.
Had a little brekkie.
We had a little beans and toast.
Yeah, and then went to the wrong gate.
Oh my God. We went to the wrong gate. We had to freaking run across.
I thought we were at 44. We were at 17. So I had to do a little backtracking, but it was delayed anyway by like an hour and a half. So we were fine. And then we got on that. Oh yeah. We were here. What were other things that pissed us off? Was there anything else?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's Euro recap?
About everything.
Goddamn. All right. Well, that's Euro recap.
So you'll
and
never
we're back home.
And we're back home. You'll never hear about Europe again after this, I promise.
Until we go the next time. Because we'll go back. What's top of the list? What's next in travel? Where are we going next?
Iceland.
I want to go to Iceland. That's pretty top of the list. There's talk of going to Greece, maybe.
Yeah. I would die to go to Greece.
So fun. With some friends, maybe. We'll see. We'll see about that. I'm going to send subliminal messages into their heads to get them to...
manifest?
Yeah.
I really want to go to Kentucky.
Yeah? We're going there. As long as you get off for work.
But anyways, that's Euro 2022,
that's
baby.
Europe 2022. Thank you for being cool with the break. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the little reel.
Yeah, sorry for spamming everybody on my Instagram. I just posted anything and everything I wanted to.
Hopefully that sufficed for the missing episode. I'll be curious to see. I was saying this before we started filming, but I'm curious to see how a week off affects this. So
Yeah, do y'all want us to do every week or do you want us to do bi-weekly?
let us know. But anyway, yep. Thanks for tuning in. Follow at Hi June Pod on
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube.
That's it. And we will see you on the next one whenever we'll figure out something to do for the return, the actual return, because this is just catching up. So, all right. See you next week.
Love you.
Au revoir.
Arrivederci. Wait, that's Italian.
Yeah. That's all the same.
Bonsoir.
all.
No.
Bonsoir. That's good night.
Bonne nuit.
Yeah. Bye.